We're going to talk UFC 315. Start up this weekend, the UFC pay-per-view run starting to pick in. So we're going to go through the main card and make some picks, predictions, bets, etc. We're going to start out of the gate. Benoit St. Denis taking on Kyle Prepolec. We're going to start with the odds of minus 1150 for Benoit St. Denis, which is absolutely anyone who's bet before, they know the exact asinineness of that. St. Denis, obviously an incredible run to start his career, was actually a favorite over Dustin Poirier not even 1,000 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. Had a little bit of a tumble since then. That being said, the former Ranger who has literally killed people for the French army, I'm going to say he is going to find a way to win, and I think he's going to do it convincingly. Kyle Prepolec, not quite built for this one, a much older fighter too. But St. Denis wins this one comfortably. If you want to take a bet, take a bet on him just to win by finish if you can find it. We're going to take St. Denis to jerk the curtain for the pay-per-view. We'll move right on up now. We have the women taking charge, and a surprising one is Alexa Grasso takes on Natalia Silva. Grasso is the number one ranked contender in that division. She is a plus 210 underdog, which is very surprising. That's in part because Natalia Silva is the real deal. She's an absolute killer. She is awesome. The winner of this one almost assuredly is getting a title fight. Silva's a surprising favorite. I think she has a very good chance to win. She has more ways to win, but we're going to take Alexa Grasso. We're leaning on experience there, a lot of time in the octagon. I think the high-level experience she has faced is how I want to word that. I'm trying to find the exact words, but she has experience at the highest level where I think she will weather some of that storm that Silva can bring. I think she will eke out a close decision. If we're looking for a bet for this one, take it to go to decision. I don't think it's not going to end in a finish. I don't think. Take this one to go the full 3 rounds.
That's significant striking percentage or rate for her. The 5.19 compared to the 4.19 for the number one contender. That's a shocking difference for somebody. If I'm looking at that, that's why I'm betting the other way. But I think that's a crazy stat there. I mean, Grasso will be having less significant strikes per minute. That's wild.
Absolutely. Part of that thing, too, is she's a little more grapple-centric, so she gets a fewer opportunities, and some of that competition she has faced will not let her hit them. They are much better at not getting struck, but most definitely, once Silva gets going, you see 5 significant strikes per minute. Once she gets rolling, it could be a little bit of like that boulder from Indiana Jones. Like, once you let her get going, you're going to be running. It's going to be painful, but let's go ahead and climb right on it now to the feature fight. The legend himself, Jose Aldo, back in the octagon. Take on Aiemann and Zahabi. Yes, that is Zahabi. You did hear that correctly. That is brother of former GSP head coach Fiorot Zahabi. 37 years old, fighting at the bantamweight division. Jose Aldo is a big favorite at minus 210 to plus 175. We're going to keep this one around. By the way, you talked about significant strikes per minute. Yeah. You see Aldo, who is known for basically just kind of hanging out and cruising in a lot of those title fights. You see very low strikes per minute. But also, once he gets rolling, good luck everybody else. Like, once he starts swinging them. This one, we're not even going to sugarcoat this one. Take Aldo. Take him to win by finish, too. The guys that have beat Aldo in recent years, guys like Merab holding him against the cage. Bautista holding him against the cage and should have lost. Merab especially is an absolute machine who does not stop, shot like 20 takedowns. Piotr Jan, an absolute killer who can mix it up. People who are physically strong, that actually can impose their strength on him, impose their physicality. That's not Zahabi. Zahabi's doesn't have that physical presence. I mean, Aldo was only 5'7", but he looks thick. He is built. He is going to be the bigger man. He's going to be the quote-unquote bully in there. He's got the length. He's still got the speed. He could take the fight to the ground if he wants to as well. He has basically every advantage going his way. So take Jose Aldo to win. Take him to win by finish, too. This is the type of fight where I think we see him really crank it up a notch. There's not going to be a whole lot to worry him. There's not going to be anything where he has to fight defensively. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to go kill this guy. I think this will be a push forward Jose Aldo fight. Let's cruise ourselves now into one of 2 title fights. Valentina Shevchenko taking on Manon Fiorot. The surprising part here is, once again, that we have the favorite, quote unquote, the higher ranked one as the underdog, Valentina Shevchenko, plus 115, Fiorot minus 135. We're going to keep this one also relatively simple. I know we're looking at 6 strikes per minute too. That's going to be a reoccurring factor.
I 100% already am. Like, I looked at that and I'm like, well, I know why they have her as the favorite.
Exactly. Part of that is because Shevchenko, a lot like Aldo, she will just sit there like this and basically intimidate you, throw one strike, and back you up for a minute. Like, she will be very low volume at moments. And in her last couple of fights, she has basically held people, just grabbed them and held them down. She has been a wet blanket, which will lower the strikes per minute for sure. What I will say in this one is we are still going to take Shevchenko. I know she's getting older. Look at the age difference, not a huge age difference. I think the experience plays a factor here. And Shevchenko's game is one of those where I think as she gets older, it's not going to just randomly snap and be gone. I think she's going to continue to age relatively gracefully with how well balanced it is and the way she could really mix up the fight. Her accuracy too. Look at the accuracy, 70% accuracy. She doesn't throw a lot, but when she does, it's going to land. She's not fighting air very often. It's not 7 air strikes to 1 landed strike. She's going to land. 64% on takedown accuracy is incredible too. So when she does shoot, she times it perfectly. I'll take the bet for, I think it's 3.5 rounds or 4.5 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Just take the over on this one. It's going to go decision. I think Shevchenko is going to wet blanket her, going to pick her apart. I don't think it's going to end inside. It's either 3.5 or 4.5 rounds. If it's 3.5, hammer that right now. Don't let it hit 4.5. If it is 4.5, still probably take it. I think it's a longer going fight. Or if you really like that, which I do, that plus odds for Shevchenko, just take that one too. So that's where we're leaning for that one. And now we're going to go into the main event featuring Belal, wants you to remember the name, but nobody cares, Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. The story of this one is basically, will Jack Della Maddalena be able to stop Belal's takedowns? Belal has not fought in over a year after winning the title. Probably the least liked champion of them all on top of it. An older fighter, a wet blanket when he gets there, a very boring to watch wet blanket. What sucks for him too is he doesn't have a lot of push behind him because very unlikable. And his best win was just a lot of the steam was taken out because his second best win absolutely brutalized his first best win in a more impressive fashion. So right now the resume is not as strong there. Jack Della Maddalena, incredible boxing on the feet, mixes it up very well, pushes forward, which a lot of strikers that Belal has had a lot of success against, Leon Edwards, etc. They don't push forward. They basically wait and try and land a perfect shot. Jack will sprawl. He'll stop a takedown. He'll get out of the clinch. Then he'll start swinging fists. I think that'll be the difference is he won't let Belal just be a nonstop freight train. He will actually strike back. He will call him the Empire. He will strike back. Very, very good. Takedown defense is relatively solid as well. Doesn't shoot a lot himself. He does switch stances very incredibly well, a little bit longer reach. It's tough. We're going to take Jack Della Maddalena. I like the underdog feel here. I think that time off for Muhammad is going to hurt him a little bit too. And there's something about it where I think if Jack wins, we're going to see him in a super fight with Islam Makhachev. And I just kind of want to see that. So I'm going to speak a little bit of that into existence as well. If we're going to take the bets on this one, I think the over-under is set at, I'd have to check what the over-under rounds is set at, but I'd probably lean towards the over unless it's 4.5, then go under. But I think if it's 1.5 or 2.5, go and take the over. I think it'll go a little bit longer. But my favorite is I'm still just going to take the Jack Della Maddalena money line. I think it's close enough. I think they're close enough where I'm going to take the plus odds there where it's plus 155. I really think that time off is going to end up hurting Belal too. Like that's a lot of time off that he has not fought for a guy. And he had a lot of time off before that. He has been very inactive the last few years. Some of it just dumb luck with injury. Some of it tomfoolery. And I know you're looking at that significant strikes per minute. I know that's your stat of the day. Jack Della Maddalena, when he goes, he goes.
It's the accuracy with him too.
Exactly. Like he is a true boxer in every sense of the word. Those hands are lethal, which I think is going to be a difference is he is very good with the hands. Where Leon Edwards is good with the hands, but stronger with the legs. You can't really use those against someone like Belal, who's going to almost blindly shoot takedowns and grab you. I think Jack's ability to, in close, you get in the clinch, he gets a little space, he's going to start ripping the hands. So we're going to take Jack Della Maddalena. We're going to take the money line, but I also would expect it over 3.5. We're going to go over 2.5 rounds for sure. If it's 4.5, I'm not touching that one because I think Jack might have to get a stoppage, but we're going to take over 2.5.